Welcome back to Now Go See It. I'm Tony. Today we're in Annapolis, Maryland, answering the age-old question: which Maryland soup reigns supreme? We've got three crab-based soups to choose from. We have the standard Maryland red crab soup, we have the cream of crab, and the local twist, the half and half. We're going to visit 5 locally famous crab restaurants to give you the tips on which one is the best. All right, let's talk Maryland Soup 101. First and the most famous is the Maryland Crab Soup, locally called the Red. It's tomato-based, rich with vegetables and some chunky blue crab, always Maryland blue crab in these soups. Next up is the cream of crab soup. It's sort of Maryland's answer to a bisque. It's dairy-based, usually a little bit softer flavors and more of a rich, creamy texture. And third is the local twist. It's the half and half. It's for those who want a little bit of both. It's a perfect mix of both the cream soup and the red soup. It's a blend. We're going to check them all out, tell you which one is best, and get back to you.
Chesapeake blue crab has been fueling Maryland kitchens for generations. By the early 1800s, Maryland cookbooks were already bragging about crab soups, simple stocks with seasonal vegetables, and the day's crab catch. Cream-style crab soups rose later with America's obsession for cream soups in the 20th century. And then there's Old Bay, created in Baltimore in the late 1930s by spice wizard Gustav Brune. It's basically now Maryland's unofficial scent. Today we're chasing how those traditions land in modern cups right here in Annapolis. O'Brien's Oyster House and Seafood Tavern occupies a tavern address dating to 1774, with 2 centuries of name changes. They pour all 3 Maryland soups by the cup. I'm sampling their half and half.
First up, we have the half and half from O'Brien's Oyster House. As you can see, it's nice, it's creamy, it's got the perfect mix of cream and tomato, giving it that nice orange glow. It's like a beautiful sunset. Nice little chunks of crab, actually pretty sizable chunks of crab, really. A couple of vegetables chilling out. Got a pea, looks like some bigger chunks of tomato, corn. All right, so we're going in for the first taste. Yeah, that's real nice. It's got a good crab flavor without it being overpowering or pungent. You can taste the tomatoes. The vegetables are a nice al dente. It's gonna be hard to beat this one. The half and half O'Brien's, quite delicious.
Middleton Tavern has been feeding travelers since 1750 in its Georgian-style brick house on City Dock, a former ferry stop that counted Washington, Jefferson, and Franklin among patrons. I'm sampling a cup of their Maryland Red.
Next up is the traditional Maryland crab soup from the Middleton Tavern. As you can see, it's got some nice chunks, some nice crabby bits. It's a tomato-based soup. It's got good chunks of crab as well as some vegetables and things like that. So we're going to give it a test. All right, yeah, that's a good soup. You've got your tomato base, you've got some chunky vegetables, but not like weird cafeteria chunky. The crab, there's not real big chunks, but there's like, it's sort of like almost like shredded crab. There's like a little bit of crab in every bite. Base-wise, the tomato really comes through. It's a little bit tangy, a little bit tart. It's really good. And you've got that little hint of, standard Maryland crab seasoning in the Old Bay. It's a good cup of traditional Maryland crab soup. A+.
McGarvey Saloon and Oyster Bar started pouring pints in 1974, inside an 1879 building, on a site set aside for ship carpenters back in 1696. The maritime DNA is baked in. I'm here to sample the locally beloved half and half.
Next up is a cup of half and half from McGarvey's. Looks a lot creamier than the cup of half and half that I got from O'Brien's. Let's dip in. I can already see we're looking at a much creamier soup here. Very chunky. It's almost gelatinous in its chunkiness. It's more like a chowder than a soup, really. Ooh, that is nice. It's got a very deep tomato flavor. Very rich. It's definitely the richest of the soups today. The vegetables are perfectly cooked, nice and chunky. I'm loving this soup. This is my favorite so far.
Federal House Bar and Grill sits inside a cluster of 19th century buildings just off City Dock, revived in the mid-1980s with a Chesapeake-leaning menu. I'm sampling their award-winning cream of crab.
Bouncing on to the cream of crab. This is the straight up cream. I got this over at the Federal House. It's cream based, not mixed together like the half and half. Straight up cream. The menu says it's award winning, so let's see what it looks like. Again, very smooth, very velvety. Definitely the unhealthiest version of the soup. Got some pretty nice chunks of crab in there too, actually. Yeah, pretty jazzed about this. Let's dive in. Oh, wow. That's definitely a creamy soup. You've got a nice hit of spice at the end. It's almost like a little kick as an aftertaste of the spice of the soup. It's the Old Bay coming in again, the classic Maryland staple seasoning of these soups here. You know, nothing against it. I think it's just the full cream soup variety on its own. It's actually not my favorite. They're doing it right if you're into the cream-based soup. But so far, I prefer the half and half over the full cream. Not bad though. It's got great flavor, really packs in that seasoning punch, and the velvety texture is amazing. But maybe not my favorite just as a cream base soup, but not bad.
Across the river in Eastport, Boatyard Bar and Grill opened in 2001 with walls of sailing photos and a mission tied to Chesapeake culture and bay stewardship. I'm sampling the Maryland Red here.
Next up is the Boatyard Bar and Grill. This is another cup of the traditional Maryland crab soup. It's got just chunky vegetables, nice bits of crab, pretty standard tomato base. Let's dive in, give a little taste, see how we like it. I can already see the chunks of the chunks in this are really epic. Oh, wow. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this may be the winner. The flavor of this crab soup is spot on. It is like deep, deep flavoring. It comes through without being like spicy with a kick. It's just got a rich flavor that's pretty outstanding. Vegetables are cooked perfectly, nice and chunky. Yeah, this has to be one of my favorites. It's got a really rich flavor. It's got a little pepper in there. Wow. It's going to be really hard to rank these 5 delicious Maryland soups, but we're going to do it because that's what we do here at Now Go See It. We make these sacrifices for you. So stand by for the ratings.
Number 5, Federal House Bar and Grill, Cream of Crab. Silky, velvety, and finished with a late Old Bay hit. Well executed, but today my palate leaned more towards the brightness of red and the balance of a blend. Number 4, Middleton Tavern, Maryland Red. Tangy tomato base with clear Old Bay flavor and shredded crab in every spoonful. Veggies run a little chunky, but it nailed the textbook profile. Number 3, O'Brien's Oyster Bar and Seafood Tavern, half and half. The blend lands right in the middle. Visible crab, al dente veg, tomato lift plus cream smoothiness. An easy reference point for the style. Number 2, McGarvey's Saloon and Oyster Bar, half and half. Extra rich, almost chowder thick with a real tomato backbone and well-cooked vegetables. My early front runner until 1 cup edged it late. Number 1, Boatyard Bar and Grill, Maryland Red. Deep developed flavor, perfectly cooked chunky veg, and real crab presence. That's the showdown. 5 cups, 3 styles, 1 winner for today. Let me know in the comments whether you're Team Red, Team Cream, or Team Half and Half. That wraps up our day in Annapolis, tasting Chesapeake tradition. If you like this video, help us out by tapping like so more travelers can find it, and hit subscribe so you don't miss our next video. For the full route, addresses, prices, and a map, head to nowgoseeit.com. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel. Now go see Maryland's crab soup culture.